Welcome to Realm of Ink. In this video, we're going to be going through my ultimate beginner guide. I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks to help you out within the game. And starting this one off, this is known as the Fox Inn. You are going to come here after your run is over. And if we pause here, you can go to the Ink Realm Anecdote, and you are going to see the geography, so the different realms and slash biomes you're going to visit. Then you've got things like all beings, you've got the demonology, you've got your ink gems. You can basically find out information about everything in this game here. So for an example, you'll see up here there is something called blood ink, and it says that a basic substance which provides life itself and is left behind when spirits are defeated in the story relics. It's also a suitable offering to the talent stele. And then in the final tab you've got endings. There are 6 available. This game has just launched into early access, so the devs will be doing a lot more with the game. When you are in this Fox Inn, if we roam around, there's going to be this room's going to be locked at first. You have to just do multiple runs to unlock this stuff. And if you talk to this person, they are going to show you your history. So whether you've actually received an ending or if you've died and so on and so forth. And then there are different characters and stuff you can speak to. Over here we have a panda that's just going to sit there and they basically talk random rubbish. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. If they have anything important, it will say F to interact instead of R to talk. Then over here you have the pet's playground. You'll see that I can't do any feeding, but my pet is massive. Because if we go into the playground, you're going to see the different pets available. And I have so far fed them with 7 out of 10 required to get them to level 2. I've given them 7 feeds. And if you have a look at the bottom right, you've got your fox blood, you've got the food for your pets, and you have these gems. So if we now go to the bottom of the stairs, we head upstairs. So when you get upstairs, there are other characters and stuff, and over here is the talent stele. Here is where you are going to use your fox blood that you earn through runs, and you are going to get permanent stat upgrades. So good shape, I've got to level 3, that gives me 20 max health, and when I enter a new chapter, I get another 10. Then you're going to see the separate stats here. So this one is level 5. I get 12% health regen because of that. Then I've got High Spirits level 5. Upon entering a new room, I restore 5 health. If it's a boss room, the healing effect is doubled. So these are going to give you permanent stat upgrades. Like here, we've got damage modifiers. Like Unstoppable level 3 is 20% extra. And then you've got things like Blade Flurry, which gives you 15% light attack damage. Then you've got Resolute Impact, gives you 15% heavy attack. Because you do have heavy and light attacks. If we come over here, this is like a training dummy. So if I use my left mouse button, it's going to be a light attack. My right mouse button is a heavy. And then over here on this side, we have another character we can talk to. And this is where you change your variant. So you'll start the game with red. Then you go to Violetta. Then over to this one. And they've all got their different weapons and different attack patterns and things like that. And then you'll see the gems at the bottom. You can use those to unlock new characters. And then from here, if we go up, this is where you are going to select the difficulty for your run. You've got difficulty 1 and 2, and I'm guessing there are more. It's just if you complete runs and things like that, basically. And then what you do is you come over to here, and this is how you start your runs. So when you get into a run, you are given an ink gem. This is Curse Ink Water. With the power of Curse Ink, you can unleash curses upon enemies. So I'm going to pick that one up because I don't currently have one. And you'll see that goes into my first slot down in the bottom left. So I can use Q to use that ability. And then if we go through, you'll see at the bottom right, you've got shards to upgrade your ink gems. You get those for decomposing some ink gems that you don't want when you're given one as a reward. There's your fox blood. That obviously builds up as you're progressing through your runs. Then you've got silver, which you can spend in a shop. And a shop is a room you're going to go to before a boss fight. So if we enter, you'll get to choose route. The first one, you always have to go to Gems Abyss. But sometimes you'll have epic boss fights and there'll be trials and you'll have elixir rooms, you'll have perk rooms. And if you just hover over them, it's going to tell you what each of the rooms are for. Basically what reward you're going to get for entering that room and completing it. So if we jump into this Gems Abyss, and when we are in this room, we're going to get some enemies. So I'm going to deal with these. And now that we have defeated all the enemies in the room, we are going to be given an ink gem because this is a Gems Abyss room. So this one, with the power of stone ink, the lower your health, the greater your potential. So we're going to pick that up because I currently only have one. And not only that, if you want to change your settings, you can. So you can have strong aim assist, and then you can change things like you can turn the damage numbers off. You can make it so that your attacks are going in the direction of your mouse. Or if you disable this, it's going to have your attacks go in the direction your character is facing. So now all we do is go to the end of the room, we enter, and you'll see here we have a choice. I'm going to go for the perk stand. And now that room is done, we are going to get a perk, and you'll see at the bottom we've gone up 8 fox blood since we started. We've got 4 in the first room, 4 in this room. So if we grab this, you're going to see different perks, and hovering over them tells you what they do. So I'm going to grab this Bejeweled Helm because it gives an extra 7% max health. So we've gone up to 247 for this run. That will reset back to your base when the run's over. So we've progressed another couple of rooms. You'll see the Foxblood's gone up to 29 now. And if we have a look, this is a gem that I don't really want. So if I hold down F, I can decompose it. And you'll see that I've gone up 15 shards. So if we now go through, this is now a shop room, or what I'm going to call a shop room. And basically, there's no enemies in this room. You can talk to this person, and providing you have enough shards, you can upgrade your ink gems. So if we, for an example, let's say we do the water one, you'll see that you are going to get extra increases. So here on the Steam Blast, make an enchanting sound dealing 72 damage. That's going to go up to 108. And then the curse that's inflicted gives a 20% bonus damage. That goes up to 50. So if I upgrade that one, that's going to change its rarity. And then over here, you're going to have 4 characters standing there, and they've got things on offer in their shop. Then if you come to this, you can restock them if you want to change it and like try your luck or something else. And then over here, you have another shop, and this one is going to sell you food. And this food is going to give you buffs, like for an example, that's going to restore 30% of your health, and it reduces your dash cooldown by 0.2 seconds, which lasts for 2 rooms. And when you get to a shop room in this game, the next room is going to be a boss fight. So if we go through this door, when we come out the other side, this is Lieutenant General Snow Giant. And I'm going to say this is a mini boss. You get 1 mini boss and 1 major boss per chapter. So now we've got victory, we've defeated that boss, we are going to get some drops. You're going to get dumplings, which is what you use to level up your pets. And then once we've grabbed that, you're going to restore some health. You're going to get some silver, which can be spent in the shop. Then we're going to grab an elixir. And these do things like permanently reducing the cooldown of your ink skill. You can increase your max health. You can get light attack, heavy attack. There's loads of different elixirs and stuff in the game. And then you're also going to get a new ink gem. So this one is actually starting as the rare rarity. And you'll see if I press left shift, I get the, or if I hold it down, I get the info of what this does. And then if I press R, I can replace it with the left ink gem. If I press F, I can replace it with the right one. So I've replaced that, and I'm now going to decompose the earth one that I did have, so I get some shards for upgrades. And then we make it into the next room. So here is a good example of different rooms. You've got Gems Abyss, which we've already covered, and then you have Faux Forge. You get rare treasures in these rooms, but you encounter stronger enemies. So in a run, if you're trying to get like the strongest build you can and make it all the way to the end, you would choose something like Faux Forge. However, if you're low health, you need to try and recover some of your HP, and you think your build is strong enough as it is, then you would go with something like Gems Abyss because it's a lot easier. So I'm going to go into Faux Forge, and you'll see we're getting like shielded enemies like this early into the run. They normally don't spawn until a lot later, but because we're in a Faux Forge, all the enemies are a lot tougher. I mean, I say a lot tougher, they're not too bad. And there you go, so we take down those enemies and we get ourselves an elixir. I'm going to just buff up the heavy attack damage, grab the silver, and then we have a rare fire burning ink. And in this part of the realm, you're going to see these objects all at the edge of the screen. These barrels are breakables. You'll see that I just broke a load there. If you've lost a little bit of health, it's definitely worth smashing these, as some of them can contain like a green elixir, potion, whatever you want to call it. And these are going to give you little bits of health back. There are smashables in all the different chapters. They're just different styles. Like, they're not always going to be these same objects that you can smash. And then you'll see here at the end of one of the rooms, there are characters that will pop up every now and then. If we interact with this character, they are basically going to have different games and things that you can take part of. So if I use 30 health, I get a random reward. So let's do it. And we got ourselves probably one of the worst ink gems in the entire game. So I'll decompose that one. So we have come to the shop for the second time. And as I said earlier, you will get a shop before a boss. So the previous shop we were in was before the mini boss. But now this is, like, because it's the second one, this is going to be the major boss of this chapter. So you'll see it's come up victory. I defeated the major boss of that chapter. And you'll know it's a major boss. We got 70% health. We got a Jade Ink, which is what you use to unlock the different variants of characters. Then we got ourselves an elixir. I will, for the sake of it, just grab this one. And then we got some silver, and then over here, you get to choose a martial skill. So you have bamboo darts. When whirlwind activates, it fires 3 homing bamboo leaves, and it deals light attack and additional damage. And then here, for an example, like you have bamboo points, whirlwind, additional damage. So there's quite a lot to these martial skills. And it says here, for each bamboo point consumed, light attack and heavy attack speed increase by 4%, stacks up to 5 times and lasts 3 seconds. And then this one over here, skyward bamboo, light attack becomes a forward 2-stage thrust, and you gain a bamboo point for every 3 light attacks used. And then once you're done collecting all of your goodies from the main boss, you just enter this portal, and you go through to the next chapter, or the next act. So this brings us to Anamita Mountains. This is a brand new area that we get to fight in, and you'll see the enemies and everything change. And basically all you want to do is just keep making progress. You want to find some synergies with your ink gems. You want to upgrade your pets and everything. And you want to just make it through the acts, all the different chapters, take down all the bosses, and you want to complete runs. Then when you go back to the Fox Inn after your run, because this game doesn't have endless, so after the final boss you can carry on if you wish to do so. And here's the smashables in this chapter, just for pure example, like showing you that they do change. But when you do return, like even if you, like when you die on Endless, or if you take down the final boss and decide to call it there, when you return to the Fox Inn, you would go to the talent still, you would upgrade your talent tree, get even stronger, go back through, do more runs. As I said, this game is in early access, but they plan to only keep it there for about 9 months or so. They have about half the game released at the moment, and they plan on adding in other characters with different attack moves, loads of ink pets, ink gems. But that was my ultimate beginner guide, some tips and tricks to help you guys out in Realm of Ink. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.